I work in the building.
What do you do?
I'm an architect.
The architect, I keep hearing from both sides, fighters, the promotional companies, fans, that Kell Brook, he's a big welterweight. He probably should be a middleweight, or he should really be a junior middleweight. He's struggling to make 147, and it's not going to be like your typical and big guy on the little guy, and he can pull it off, and all this history of smaller guys facing bigger guys, and I get all of that. I understand. Theoretically, he can win this fight. I say he would have a better chance of beating Golovkin than Khan had a chance of beating Canelo. I'm not going to get into that fight again, but I just say that it was obvious at some point before that fight, you knew he was going to start out quick, and at some point he was going to slow down, and Canelo was going to catch him. He's a good enough boxer, much stronger. Khan has a feathery chin. Khan gets tired in fights. When he was at 140, 147, and putting on the weight, he was going to get tired at a heavier weight. But anyway, it's like Kell Brook, I understand he's a big dude, and I always felt like, wow, for him to make 147, I was like, man, he's really huge. It's kind of a little bit, mind-boggling. I won't say completely mind-boggling, but it was just very interesting how he was able to constantly make weight, as big as he was, man. And so, I always felt like, junior middleweight, he should fit in there comfortably. So I acknowledge that he's a big welterweight, and a lot of people, he's gonna either be the same size as Gennady Golovkin, or he's gonna probably weigh more than him the night of the fight. Come on, who cares? Listen, there's a thing about getting acclimated to a division. It's one thing to kind of fight guys bigger than you, and you kind of easing up until you fight the best guy. And he's not doing that at all. And plus, it's really going to be more difficult when, not that he's just the best guy, but he hits like a wrecking ball. There's no way he can be prepared for this fight. I don't care who he spars. I don't care what he does. Now, he'll be alert. His antennas will be high. He'll be focused, but listen, typically when a smaller fighter, 2 weight classes or something like that, goes up and fights a guy, and it has happened, they have beaten bigger guys, there are plenty of examples, but when it happens, it's typically because they have an attribute that's way beyond the other guys. Like they either really fast, or really got great footwork and are fast, or with a high IQ, of course, or they have a rare combination of extremely good hand speed, foot speed, and really good power for his size to keep him off balance and honest, and bust him up a little bit. He's able to dip in and dip out. Those are the kind of combinations. The thing with Kell Brook is this: Kell Brook is a really good fighter, but I'm just looking. I'm like, Kell Brook has good foot movement, has good speed, has good power, and is pretty smart in the ring. That's really good for his division, but there's nothing jumping out against Golovkin. I don't really see him being super exceptional in one area that Golovkin isn't. And to be honest, let's take the two extremes: Floyd Mayweather and Gennady Golovkin. Gennady Golovkin, well, let's start with Floyd. Floyd, real quick. Floyd disarms you. He takes away your best weapon, and then he forces you to fight a fight, that he's comfortable with. But mainly, he disarms you. Gennady Golovkin, he's not really super worried about disarming you. He's more so, I'm going to just completely implement my plan. And because I'm so strong and I'm smart, he's a really good boxer, that I can make you so uncomfortable, you're going to wither. And Gennady Golovkin, since there's nothing that I see overwhelmingly great that Brook has, I think, you know, in a situation like this, he's just going to implement his offensive plan, and it's just going to be too much, man. And I don't care how big Kell Brook is, but we're going to have to see. Anything's possible, right? I'm out.